Hi guys, it's time for another special guest on the channel. Everyone say hello to Sugar.
Hello.
Sugar is a Colorado trail thru-hiker. She thru-hiked in 2019 and I met her just a week and a half ago when we went out with a group of friends to hike a section of the Colorado Trail. We were on the Collegiate East side. That's how you say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Collegiate East, not
Yes.
Collegiate. I'm like East Collegiate or Collegiate East? Collegiate East. I have a video about that. I don't know if it's out yet as of the time I'm going to post this video. But if you're interested in that, it was awesome. I took such a great time. Did you?
Yes, it was really fun, but I have to say, it's all about the West.
I know. I've heard the Collegiate West is way better, but our friend Pika, who planned the hike, had already done the West, so she wanted to try the East. So anyway, we were out there for a week. It was awesome. We became friends. And so now I've brought Sugar to the channel.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Sugar, thanks for being on today.
Thanks for having me.
First things first, how'd you get your trail name?
Okay, so when I started the CT, I was solo, and I was kind of like in a pocket of older people, mostly older men. So then when I did meet my tramily, including Pika, I would talk about these people, these older men that I was hiking with, and then it became a joke that I was like a sugar baby. Not a sugar baby, shortened to Sugar. I also did get like some free items.
Such as?
A DCF rain skirt.
Guys, DCF is not cheap. That's a good get.
But yeah, it's stuck ever since.
Nice. I think it's really cute. I like Sugar. And she's a really nice person, so I think it's fitting.
Sugar, but semi-sweet.
Okay. Oh, and I forgot to say, where are we right now?
Mills Lake in Rocky Mountain National Park. It's so beautiful.
This is Sugar's first time to Rocky Mountain National Park. So we just came up for the evening, hiked to Mills Lake. This is one that people tend to sleep on in Rocky Mountain National Park, but it's an incredible hike. It's only just over 5 miles, and it's so ridiculously gorgeous. And the last time I was here, I saw a pine marten.
Maybe we'll see one this time.
Maybe we'll see one on the way back. We don't know. There are fish jumping though, so
It's very distracting.
there is life about. Okay, so you hiked the Colorado Trail in 2019. How old were you at that time?
I was 21.
21, a little baby. Were you one of the younger people that you met on the trail?
Yeah. I was the youngest person in my tramily and the youngest people at least like the bubble of hikers that I was in on the trail.
Yeah, cool. That's so young to do a thru hike. I mean, I have met like 18-year-olds and even kids, but you don't meet a ton of people, under 22, I would say. Like people, they start finishing college and they start doing the trail, but so I wouldn't expect to meet a lot of 21-year-olds. So that was really brave of you.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience, very much so, like, at first out of my comfort zone, definitely out of my family's comfort zone, especially hiking it solo, but I believed in myself, so I went for it.
And you did it.
I did it. I completed it, and it was, like, the most amazing thing that I have done so far in my life, I would say.
Thru hikes tend to be like that.
Definitely life-changing.
Nice. So did you have a lot of backpacking experience going into the CT?
So the longest backpacking trip before doing the CT was 2 nights.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
2 nights?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So how did you how did you get the courage to go from a 2-night backpacking trip to how long did it take you, over a month?
Yeah, 5 weeks. So I initially got into backpacking after reading the book Wild. I've grown up going car camping with my family, but backpacking was something that I started doing by myself. I actually got my dad into backpacking so that I was able to do it, and then after a while I was like, okay, I'm ready to go solo now.
So you're like, peace out, Dad.
But actually before starting the CT, since I knew I was going to be at high elevation a lot, I summited Mount San Gorgonio in SoCal, and it's like the tallest peak there. I was like, if I can do this, then I can do the Colorado Trail, and it's like 11,000 feet, and it was like, okay, I can do it.
Oh, that's so awesome. So you were telling me about your first backpacking trip ever recently. What was that like?
My very first backpacking
Your very
trip?
first one, yeah.
So, Joshua Tree National Park. It was like the place that I had gone to the most just on day trips prior to backpacking. So I definitely think that helped with me like being comfortable going backpacking there. I did like the same trail a couple times to like feel comfortable backpacking, and I started the first one I did, it was like 4 miles. I hiked in with my dad 3 miles, and then we set up camp and then hiked out. And then my second one, my dad dropped me off, and it's like a point to point 8-mile trail. So he dropped me off at one end and then started from the other end, and we met halfway. So it was really nice. I was like, wow, I'm carrying all my gear. I'm so self-sufficient right now. And we still camped together that night.
And then you camped with your dad. Yeah, that's so cute.
It was really fun. Yeah, it's definitely a special experience that I've been able to share with him.
Oh, that's awesome. I would love to take my dad backpacking, but I think he's past that point in his life. I don't think he'd be into it anymore. What was your favorite part of the CT?
So it's definitely a toss-up between the Collegiate West section, like as of hiking, the Collegiate West or the San Juans, but also the towns are super fun. I had so much fun in Salida.
Oh, Salida was your favorite? I haven't spent any time in Salida yet.
Oh my gosh, well, we just had fun like bar hopping and stuff, so that made it.
It's all part of the culture.
Yeah, that's where like our entire tramley like came together as well. That's where we met.
Oh.
Yeah, the two final members.
Oh, cool. So how far, like how many miles was your tramley together?
Ooh, we must have been together for like Pika and I were together. The first person that I met in my tramley, starting at mile 100 of like 495. And the rest I think I met around mile 250 or 300. I think that's where Slide is.
Cool. Yeah, I love the San Juans. I mean, I haven't done the Collegiate West, obviously, but the San Juans are just spectacularly beautiful. Just otherworldly.
It's so nice to just be above tree line, too. It's just alpine tundra is one of my favorite ecosystems.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. And we'll get to why you know a lot about ecosystems in a minute. But I want to ask, did you have a favorite piece of gear on the trail?
So I did not have a favorite piece of gear on the trail as of yet, but my favorite piece of gear right when I got off trail became my fanny pack. It's my purse. It's like an essential work item. It's my favorite hiking item now and backpacking item. It's always on me.
Fanny packs are all the rage. I had one when I was a kid, and then they went out of style for so long, and it was so uncool to have them, and now everyone has them again. So I guess it's part of the 90s fashion resurgence, but they're so useful, though.
You gotta get on it.
I gotta get one. I know, I gotta get one. If anyone wants to send me one, hint, hint.
Send me another one, too.
Let's see. If someone wants to do a long trail like the Colorado Trail and hasn't had a lot of backpacking experience, what would you recommend? What advice would you give them?
I think YouTube was a very like helpful / maybe essential I don't know how to word it. Just maybe a
tool?
Pause. Yes. I think YouTube was a very essential tool in like getting started on like doing a long trail and just watching like other people's like gear videos and stuff. Like, what do I even need? Like, do I need extra stuff? I pretty much like figured out that it's like kind of same stuff that I just take on overnights. I just need more food. But yeah, definitely YouTube. I think like I had to do it also like it was all me. Like I didn't have like my dad or friends to like give me gear recommendations. I kind of just had to figure it out on myself through trial and error for sure.
Cool. You have a really cool job. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so
it's hiking related.
Yeah, definitely. I work in my degree's in environmental science, and I work in the natural resources field. The past 2 spring summer field seasons, I've worked as an ecological monitoring technician. So basically I work for a nonprofit that gets contracted out by the Bureau of Land Management to go out and do vegetation and soil surveys, so that the BLM can then determine if they're going to reissue permits to land ranchers. But through this job, I've been able to see so many cool places. Through 2020, I was working in Utah, in the Price District near like Goblin Valley and Temple Mountain, which I definitely recommend people go check out.
I've been to Goblin Valley. I have a video about it if you guys are interested. It's such
really?
a cool area.
Yeah, and we actually got to take like a UTV out there because our points were inaccessible with our truck. So we were going places that like really no one like really gets to see. Yeah,
that's really cool.
Like Badlands and yeah, super cool. And then this past season, I was working in Elko, Nevada, doing post-fire surveys. So kind of a little sad, but also nice to see different ecosystems recovering, and all the plants that are growing after all the niches have opened up after the fire. So
that's really cool. And wait, you're doing something cool next summer?
We'll see.
Possibly.
Yes, depending on when I'm maybe starting a long trail next year, I might be doing desert tortoise surveys. Who knows?
Cool.
But yeah, it would involve, I think, like hiking like 10 miles a day. Yeah, which I'm all about. So that's
Dream
another
job.
thing. Yeah, with my job is like our points are like 3 miles possibly from roads. So a lot of hiking's involved.
That's really cool. Okay, so speaking of other long trails, what's next?
So, since reading like Wild, what's got me into backpacking, and being from SoCal, the Pacific Crest Trail is kind of like in my backyard. So it's always been like the trail that I wanted to do since I've only been backpacking for a couple years. But it's been like the one that like I got into backpacking because I wanted to do the PCT.
By reading Wild.
Yes. Have I mentioned that? And then like more so lately, I was thinking about the Continental Divide Trail, but after doing this Collegiate East hike with so many AT thru-hikers, it's kind of growing. It's like on my radar now. I really need
the greatest.
I need to look into it more, but it's definitely an option, so we'll see.
I love that trail so much. So much. Okay, anything, well, actually, you're from Southern California. If people are visiting Southern California, do you have a recommended hike or a park or a place that you're like, oh, you must go there?
Well, just because like personal experience, you have to go to Joshua Tree National Park. I just love it so much.
I haven't been there. It looks amazing. What a place to start your backpacking journey.
I also started backpacking in August though.
So it's really hot.
90, like 95 and up when I started backpacking there.
Okay, no, that sounds terrible.
But I did like this past winter, I did too. There's like the California Hiking and Riding Trail runs through the entire park. It's 38 miles, I think, and I planned it one of my trips so that it snowed my last night. So seeing snow in the desert on the Joshua trees, beautiful.
Yeah, I bet that was gorgeous. That sounds awesome.
Love it so much. Gotta go there.
If people want to follow your adventures, where can they do that?
Instagram. You can follow me at carly.anp.
And that's Carly with a C.
Carly with a C and without an E.
I'll put that in the show notes too, so you guys can easily access it. Is there anything that else you want to share before we say goodbye?
I don't think so. I feel like that covers everything.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the channel.
Thanks for having me, and it's been really nice hiking with you.
It's been so nice hiking with you. I feel like there's going to be more hiking together in our future.
Long trail this fall. She's coming.
You never know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give Sugar a follow. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you found value, you thought this was entertaining, or you just want to be nice. All right. I'll talk to you all later.
Bye.